John, I want to show you. I
Yeah.
did a little data study of
Your
the
hypothesis.
top. My hypothesis is, was 2007 the best year for movies of all time? And so I went to the IMDb top 250, right? So IMDb, the top 250 is generated by the users, right? So it's their voting, and it's limited to a certain number of reviews. I think it's well over 100,000 reviews that it has to be able to be included in the top 250. So I wouldn't say it is categorically the top 250, but because there's voting dynamics and that sort of thing. And when I look at IMDb scores, I don't think even the number one movie on their top 250 has a 10, and it's Shawshank Redemption. I think it's still like a 9.1 or something like that. So you got to like sync everything down. I would think the top 5% of movies in the top 250 should be a 10. So if I'm going to kind of regress that down, really a 10 is probably more like an 8.5 or a 9.
Yeah.
Um, okay, but here's the by year. If you're watching the podcast on YouTube or somewhere, I'm showing a chart that shows that the oldest movie in the top 250 was around 1922, and then up to current, little into the 2020s. And there's a trend line of how many movies by year are in the top 250, and it's clearly going up. Like movies over time have gotten better, and you can see a little dip there, John, from
Hmm.
maybe 2007-ish, in that area, kind of somewhere between 2000 2010, and then it kind of starts to dip again.
That's pretty
But
heavy. That's a
the
big drop of
the
all, like
trend
you
is
look at.
there.
Yeah.
And then so I had another visualization made that is what we call a density plot. So it's kind of if you're not looking at this, it's kind of like a little heat map with an X and Y axis of the score. So the average score of movies by year and where the density is. And there's this hot spot right about, kind of in the 2005 to 2010. There's a clear hot spot in the IMDb top 250 that says the best movies were in that era. And the main hot spot kind of goes from maybe 1990 to 2015 across all eras of movies. So interesting. So I think the people think maybe, or at least in their voting habits, they're saying maybe the movies were from that era.